What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another casted game of Age of Empires 4. Today, the contenders are VES Myriad playing as the Byzantines and YZY playing as the Chinese. These are two of the highest rated players in the game. Right now, YZY is rated number 5, while Myriad is rated as number 44 in the world. But those ranks at the very, very top do change around a lot. They jump all over the place a little bit. Everybody's fighting for that top spot. We're seeing a pretty basic start for both players. We're seeing the mining camp and the house go down for China. I am surprised they didn't build a village first. And I assume we're about to see the cistern go down for the Byzantines. They are moving their units over to the meteorite to collect both stone and gold while some houses are going down. I want to see, where are they going to put the cistern at? All right, let's try to take a guess. Probably one's going to be here by the meteorite. Another cistern, I would imagine, by gold or food. They're just going to put it right next to the TC. Right next to the TC will boost this food production and this wood production, because the cisterns do, of course, boost that gather rate. We're seeing the Chinese scout gathering a bunch of sheep for their villagers. So, I have played a pretty good amount of the Byzantines, but I've played almost 0 games with China. I think I've played like 2 or 3 games with China, so I am very curious to see how these top level players run both these civilizations, and I know I have a ton to learn from these players today, especially when it comes to China, because I don't know anything about them. The Byzantines are really fun, in my opinion. I do love the olive oil. Was I right? Yes, they are going to put a cistern down over here. I love the mercenary units that the Byzantines can make with their olive oil. And they also have a few buildings that produce units for free, which can come in very, very handy. The scouts are going to be scouting each other out, and it looks like China does have a lot more sheep. Yes, 5 more sheep than the Byzantines player, than Myriad. Second cistern is coming down. Myriad is trying to get that cistern network online. Whenever you connect 5 of them together, you get the highest production boost possible from the Byzantine Empire's cisterns. We're seeing the Age Up building go down, the Grand Winery, which of course boosts food production in its aura. And we just got the Age Up from China. I do really want to see them go for multiple dynasties today. Unique effects are granted from each dynasty that they enter. There is one for 33% villager production rate. There's another one for 10% military health, and then another one for the movement speed of villagers and imperial officers. If you don't know, the imperial officers can boost production of working villagers. They can boost the production of any production building while also going around and collecting taxes when they're not boosting production. The scout is going to spot the cistern and spot all of the villagers on the meteorite. Where is China's meteorite? It's way over here. The Age Up has been completed for the Byzantines player. I assume we're going to see a mercenary camp go down immediately, because these berries here are producing early olive oil for Myriad. Another cistern going down next to the Grand Winery. I assume they're going to transition into farms after this, and they're putting a 4th cistern down near these berries and deer. Oh my god, look how much deer this player has right here. Look how much. There's 2 deer spawns on the map right next to each other. Did China get that lucky? No, there's one deer spawn here and another deer spawn over here. Wow. We have a stable down for China, and we're seeing our first horsemen go out to harass the Byzantines player. We are up to 3 imperial officials, it looks like, for China. The scout taking some shots from those hand cannoneer slits. Very, very powerful. Horseman runs into a wolf. Seeing the scout just hanging out up here. Wow! Byzantine scouts gets caught out by 2 scouts from China, and they almost go down while this horseman is harassing the meteorites. Will they be able to get a villager kill right now? It doesn't look like they're going to be able to. It looks like the horseman almost died to the villagers equipped with spears and a Byzantine horseman. The Byzantine horsemen are now running in to the Chinese player's base. They do get the kill on the first Chinese horseman, on YZY's horseman. It is down. Oh, China has gone for Pro Scout, and now they're stealing the deer carcasses from this area to bring that food back to their base. They went with the Pro Scout strat. What building are we getting down? We're going to see a village go down for China. These are basically houses, but bigger. They give you 40 population, and you can garrison your units in there, so it's really good to use to protect tree lines there. And both players are sending horsemen in to either side of each other's maps, denying food production for the Byzantines here. China is successful in killing one villager for the Byzantines. Now we can see the horsemen making their way back. One horseman goes down to China. We can see these 3 horsemen over on the left are probably going back for the meteorite miners, but the outpost has gone up, and they're not going to be able to kill any of those villagers today. We're still at only 4 cisterns for the Byzantines, while the horsemen try to attack over here near the village. So the village will just be able to garrison any of these villagers here and make it an easy defensible position for China. Myriad bringing their horses back now. After a little harassing, everybody's bringing their horses back. These two are going to get into a fight. They're all going to get into a fight. But it looks like the Byzantines player and Myriad does not want the smoke right now. We're seeing some archers come out over here. And one spearman. These will be very good against China's horses. China successfully just dragging these horses away, not wanting to get into a fight until their position is better. And there is the better position. They have been reinforced with 3 more horses. And I don't know who's going to win this fight. This is a close battle. Horseman's running past to kill those archers. Byzantine archers are dropping, while a couple spears are getting on the fight too, and they drop several. It looks like 4 of China's horsemen. Some good trades there for both players. A lot of units lost. What are all of these units doing? China is sending a ton of horsemen up here, while also stealing so many deers with the scout. Look how many deers they are stealing. They saw the double deer spawn just like I did and decided to try and steal it. Horsemen running around the back, trying to get behind the Byzantines' base. And a ton of horsemen are going to be able to kill that scout and drop the deer carcass. So I think the Byzantines player, I think Myriad is aware that the pro scouts are going for this deer pack, and they've decided to defend it because they did place a cistern down there. This is overwhelmingly favored towards the Chinese player. I think this was a mistake by our Byzantines player today. Lost several horsemen there. One horseman goes down for China, and the spears are coming out in greater numbers to fight off these horsemen from China. YZY, let's take a look at everybody's building production. I want to see if they've entered a new dynasty or if they're just going to go for Castle Age. Doesn't look like they have any more buildings going down yet besides the early buildings. They do have a blacksmith down, and the Byzantines also just has a barracks and a stable here for their unit production. While the blacksmith is located down by the meteorite with a house. And we are seeing the 5th cistern go down by the food. Pretty much all of the cisterns has gone down by food. We have a little bit of a skirmish. Horsemen getting caught out again for the Byzantines. They are going to fall while this raiding party from China is going to attack this outpost. Can they take out the villagers? It doesn't look like they're going to be able to. There is a mass of spears from our Byzantines player from Myriad, successfully guarding this cistern and the food production of these villagers. So many deer over here. Another outpost has gone down to protect the deer. while this raiding party is moving in from the right, we're gonna have another raiding party moving in from the left. Myriad has to fight two fronts at this point. The spears moving their way over to the left to take out these horsemen, while the archers and horsemen on the right side are going to be able to attack the archers very successfully. Myriad does not have enough troops at this point to successfully defend from this raiding party. But it does look like they are going to get reinforced, and they were able to successfully push all of these horsemen off. China did not get a villager killed there at all. We can see that China has only killed one villager still. China looks like they are 3 villagers ahead, but I think the Imperial officers, I think, count as villagers as well. That would make sense. We're now seeing the olive groves go down for Byzantines, but the horsemen are going to come in and kill these villagers, putting down the olive groves. They did get one villager, and YZY has hit Castle Age. They did not go for the second Age 2 landmark, so they're not going to get that 33 produced villager rate yet. I assume they're going to get the boosted production for, or not production, but the boosted movement speed for the villagers. This outpost here was successfully able to defend the villagers. And let's take a look at the army value here. 27 for YZY, only 21 for Myriad and the Byzantines. It looks like Myriad's army is down here while we have a huge raiding party for YZY going in to attack these food villagers. Myriad spots it immediately. Those villagers will hop into the outpost with absolutely no problem. But I do think there's a large enough group of units here to kill this outpost. We're seeing the archers make their way farther into the base to take out as many villagers as they can, while the horses are burning down this outpost at the north. A ton of horsemen actually go down. The stone outpost is able to defend from all of these horsemen, actually losing a lot of horsemen here. I think now that the archers are in on the party, this will be enough to burn down these outposts. And if you can see on the minimap over to the right, there's just a line of units for China. Just a huge line of units of reinforcements moving in. And now Byzantine's army finally gets here to defend this outpost, but I think the outpost is going to go down. Myriad just hit the Castle Age as well, a little bit behind YZY, but they are there. One villager hopped out of the outpost to try and repair it. The outpost was able to kill the only horseman attacking the outpost, and now the spears and archers are going at it. Archers, of course, countering those spearmen very, very easily. So many spearmen lost for Myriad today. All of the villagers have hopped out to try to repair the outposts. They're going to start getting attacked. And our spearmen are going to run at the horses finally. That's who they're supposed to be fighting. And then immediately go down to all of the archers. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a micro battle from both players, but the reinforcements from China are very, very strong. I can still just see a line of units on the minimap. This outpost is still standing somehow. This outpost is still standing. It is still there. And China was not able to successfully burn down that outpost, but they did get, it looks like, 3 villager kills there. And they also decimated Myriad's army. Is that a cataphract? It is! We're getting the cataphracts. Let's go. Looks like we're going to get a little lull in the game here as both players rebuild their armies and probably focus on upgrades as well. Let me find a blacksmith here. Oh, we can just check on the top of the screen. Both players have wheelbarrow. We can see the angled surfaces upgraded twice for China, so 2 upgrades to their ranged armor. Only 1 upgrade to ranged armor over on the Byzantine side. We can see the Golden Tower has gone down for the Byzantines. This will, of course, provide free units over time. Right now, it is set to Spearman Mercenary. And they can also... Let me find the mercenary camps. There's the mercenary house right now, where you can use olive oil to purchase units. A single cataphract getting caught out. Probably going around to scout or harass but they do survive. Archers over here spotted the Chinese horsemen. Are these lancers now? We have moved up to lancers, chasing them off of the back of the base. This double deer spawn was really, really good. That's so much food production. And a Chinese monk is capturing the first sacred site. We are going to see our first keep go down for China. They are now building the second Age 2 building. So that I think they have just entered the dynasty that lets them boost villager production rate by 33%. Unless I can see another Age 3. I don't see another Age 3 building. I think we only have 2 Age 2 buildings right now. Oh, China has gotten 2 relics already that I have missed. You can see in the back. Oh my god. These horsemen and lancers from China are going to get completely destroyed by the cataphracts and archers, while a single cataphract goes down at the keep. Probably just running over here to scout this out, but they died. And it looks like China has 2 sacred sites now. They captured that third one. We are going to have to see Myriad push either one, any of them, to deny that sacred victory. A keep going down for the Byzantines and Myriad, and then it looks like a second keep is going to go down over here. And we're seeing another keep for China go down as well. A single lancer is going to try to prevent this, but a ton of reinforcements from Byzantines are going to come in and kill this lancer, chasing them off of the keep that is being produced. A huge defensive building here that will make troop movements from China very difficult in this region. So we can see that China is deciding to protect the sacred site in the middle with a keep, while the Byzantines player and Myriad are protecting the bottom sacred site with a keep. And he's going to start... And right as YZY is hitting this sacred victory, potentially, the sacred victory did start, we're seeing that this is being neutralized by one single archer. Oh my god! Several lancers have made it into the Byzantine base, made it into Myriad's base, and they got several villagers there. It looks like they got 4 or 5 villagers, and a wolf distracted me. I got baited by the wolf. As this army of cataphracts and archers is moving in to attack China. They've split these units to go in 2 different directions. Lancers are trying to stop this second keep from going down, while 3 cataphracts split off to go harass villagers. It looks like a ton of fighting going on everywhere. Oh! China has lancers killing villagers in the back as well, while these cataphracts and archers are making their way through the Chinese base. The sacred site has successfully been taken by Myriad. While this army pulls out, did the cataphracts make it anywhere? Yes, the cataphracts made it into the back of China's base, and they are successfully killing villagers. We're seeing our first 2 villagers go down for China. 3 villagers down total. Some lancers coming in to kill these 2 cataphracts. They're probably going to be able to take out the cataphracts if they get caught. They did not get caught. They made it around the tree line and are probably going to be able to successfully escape now. But the cataphracts turn around, and it does look like they're going to die now because they were not running away. Another little skirmish going on over here. It looks like, oh my god, they killed several of China's villagers working on food. Those archers did. A single cataphract trying to kill that TC up there. The second TC expansion for China. And I think that's probably why they entered the dynasty, to boost villager production rate by 33%, because they just made their second TC. And we're seeing the second town center as well from the Byzantines player. Twice as many villagers, twice the amount of production. Monks here are healing up units for Myriad, and he's going to go in for another push, or just move his forces slightly forward. A single cataphract is going to try to kill another villager. Are they going to make it? This cataphract is so dead. It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable how dead this cataphract is. There's no way that this cataphract survives the death ball of crossbows and archers. Don't do it! Poor cataphract. Poor cataphract. One up here. A single cataphract trying to take down this outpost. Sacred site successfully neutralized and taken. It looks like we're gonna see a small raiding party of lancers move into the Byzantine territory looking for villagers. There's a ton of villagers on this gold right now. I don't think Myriad has realized what is happening. This is gonna be so many villager kills for China and YZY. Oh my god, they're still not pulled off. They're still just sitting right here. There's so many villagers dying. Oh my god, I think Myriad was distracted. They just lost so many villagers to these lancers. That was a slaughter. Unfortunate for Myriad. Where is Myriad's army? They're making their way back now to handle these lancers, and I do think this wave of cataphracts is going to be able to handle them. One-on-one fight between a cataphract and a lancer. Cataphract is going to go down. These lancers are being chased off of Byzantine territory. And the keep repels the cataphracts. Keeps, of course, have the hand cannoneer slits as well for China. And we're getting the boiling oil upgrade, so pushing into these keeps is going to be extremely difficult. I assume we're going to see some siege units used today to attack these keeps. Let me check if they have not gotten their boiling oil upgrade yet, the Byzantine side. A few cataphracts are joining up, and we're seeing the trebuchet. That is going to be the best way to attack these keeps now, that they do have the boiling oil upgrade. Another cistern being added to boost this gold production here. While the lancers are being chased out of the Byzantine territory by all of the cataphracts. Will a cataphract go down? No. The trebuchet is here to take on this keep now. Right before the boiling oil upgrade is completed. Is YZY going to take out this trebuchet? I assume that YZY is working on a plan to take out this trebuchet right now so that their keep does not fall and that their keep successfully defends this gold right here and the sacred site. Both players are still in Castle Age. We are 25 minutes into the game. Let me go and check and see if China has added another dynasty. Is there a hotkey to select all age buildings? Age 2. I think I'm only seeing one age 3 landmark and another TC on the minimap here. Well, another cataphract goes down. I've seen several single cataphracts just die to running around. Another little raiding party from China. China has been very successful in their raiding parties this game because they are 35 villager kills up. Oh my god, I just looked at the top. Myriad only has 69 villagers. Nice. While YZY has 103. This is a huge villager swing, and we can of course see that is because down on the bottom left, China has successfully killed 35 of Myriad's villagers. And one single cataphract again. The single cataphract play gets a villager, but he's gonna die. It's gonna die to the hand cannon slits. Are we getting a fight over here? We are. The Lancers are being chased out of the Byzantine territory again, which is something that has happened several times before. Oh my god, so many crossbows now from China, a ton of archers. The boiling oil is going to deal a ton of damage to these cataphracts, but I think the trebuchet is going to deal enough damage to bring this keep down eventually. Oh my god, look at this beautiful fight going on right now. Cataphracts versus Lancers. Archers against archers and crossbows here as well. Cataphracts running into the back to try to kill as many archers as possible. Who's going to come out on top in this fight? While the trebuchet is working on burying this fort here, this keep that is dropping boiling oil on everybody. It looks like Myriad is going to win this fight, though. The cataphracts seem to have enough armor to successfully fight these enemy units. And while a ton of them were killed, they did overpower China's army. We're seeing a keep go down for Myriad after they destroyed YZY's keep, covering the second sacred site. And now we could be in a position where Myriad takes over the sacred sites instead of YZY. Army of Lancers coming over the ridge here. This keep is being built so fast. By how many villagers? 24 villagers here to build this keep. We can see that Myriad is trying to walk their opponent in over here with all of these keeps running the area. Oh, it looks like these units are gonna die to this keep. They do have the boiling oil upgrade and 15 villagers in there to defend, so I think that was a little bit of a misclick by Myriad. And we're seeing another raiding party of Lancers make their way around. YZY has just reached Imperial Age, as well as Myriad. Everyone is in Age 4 now, and I think everybody should be getting their upgrades. Again, the misclicks, getting these units slightly too close to the keeps. They're going to lose several units there in this area. Trebuchet making its way over to attack this keep. And in the back, we can see the Lancers are going for the olive oil. The olive oil is necessary to produce mercenary units for the Byzantines. And Myriad just now realized and is pulling all of these villagers off of the food production to keep them safe. These Lancers are very powerful. Honestly, just all cavalry is very powerful in this game. Movement speed is so fast, they can get in for successful raids so easily. And we're going to see one cataphract come out, two cataphracts come out to try and kill these Lancers in tandem with the outposts and TC. Is that a villager? One villager tried to kill the Lancers, but died in their efforts. You will be remembered, villager. One single villager that's dead there on the ground. No, no. But so many Lancers are dead for China and YZY, as Myriad is able to successfully defend from this attack. We see a large army gathering here for Myriad as he attacks this keep with his trebuchet. Oh yeah. I just love how the trebuchet looks and sounds. Glorious, glorious trebuchet. We're seeing some big movement over here. A ton of horsemen. We've gone down from Lancers to horsemen. Is China low on gold right now? No, they have 32 villagers on gold. That's plenty of gold production. The trebuchet is just working this keep down, but we're going to see 4 villagers come out to repair it. And again, let's look at the villager swing. China is up to 132 villagers, while Myriad, as the Byzantines, is only at 89. 89 villagers. Myriad has fallen pretty behind in villager production. This keep is not going to be up fast enough to protect these villagers, and I don't think Myriad has realized that there's a ton of horsemen here to attack these villagers. I think we're going to see even more villagers go down for Myriad. To these horsemen, they're not being pulled off, but even if they were pulled off, I guess the horsemen could still catch them with their superior movement speed. We are going to see Myriad run in to attack this Age 2 landmark with a cannon. The cannon is going to help out this trebuchet a ton as they take down this Age 2 landmark. The army is coming together. Was that some hand cannons? It is. Hand cannoneers are in China's army now. And they can be buffed with an upgrade to increase their range. So these could be potentially very, very strong for China here. But it does look like Myriad has a superior army right now. It does look like China is outnumbered. These horsemen are getting completely and totally swarmed, while the archers for Myriad are trying to kill the hand cannoneers in the back. More horsemen coming out. Maybe this is why they went with cheap units, because they can just mass them. Significantly more horsemen come around and kill the cannon for Myriad. That is a huge loss for Myriad. A ton of golden wood just lost by that cannon dying. The horsemen for China were able to successfully reinforce this army, and it looks like turn the fight for YZY. The cataphracts are still alive somehow, even with the superior numbers from China. And we can now see that China is ahead, almost twice as many military units for China than the Byzantines. More cataphracts are gathering here as the horsemen run away. What's going on down here? Everybody from China is going to attack this keep. Do they have any siege weapons yet? I don't think so, but they're starting to amass a lot of hand cannoneers. And we're still seeing that huge villager swing from China. They have a significantly superior economy, and more horses are gonna make it in to kill these villagers. And Myriad has not realized they're getting so many villager kills because they have not been pulled off. Maybe Myriad is over here microwing somewhere. Both the keeps are getting attacked. These horsemen are going crazy. Now some cataphracts are actually in the fight to try to defend the food gathering villagers on the olive groves. But even more villagers are going to go down for Myriad. So many villagers have been lost for Myriad. 57 at this point. That is devastating. While we're seeing fights going on up here, cataphracts are staying alive much longer than the horsemen, but these hand cannoneers are going to deal insane damage to them as well. The hand cannoneers have gotten to a dangerous level, have not successfully been taken out yet, and so much horseman spam from China to help their hand cannoneers out in this fight. The horsemen, of course, keeping the cataphracts away from the hand cannoneers right now. They're successfully body blocking the cataphracts. Everybody is fighting over this keep right now. Both players want this keep. And I hear cannons, but I don't see them. Where is the cannon? Oh, it's probably from the keep. Duh, it's from the keep. This fight is raging over this keep. China's just getting more and more hand cannons. This is very, very bad for the Byzantines. And the cataphracts are just not able to get past these horsemen to run at the hand cannoneers. A ton of them are going to go down to the hand cannoneers. And now we're seeing the keep start damaging these hand cannoneers. They have to retreat away. They are going to get killed by that keep if they stay around. And still no boiling oil from Myriad. And oh my god, the horsemen have broken away from the fight to go raid over here near the gold. I think the horsemen are going to get some villager kills here. It looks like they are. More villagers are going down, and oh my god, we are up to 72 villager kills for YZY playing as the Chinese. And there's the cannon. We got two cannons taking down this keep. And the keep is going to fall for Myriad while this fight rages over here. I do think the cataphracts are going to win against these horsemen here. Or else several horsemen are going to be able to take out these archers very easily. A massive army gathering for YZY. This game has truly been an incredible back and forth. While China has been up in villagers the entire time, it did look like about 10 minutes ago that Myriad was going to win. And now I think we're switching over. And it looks like China is going to win with their superior economy. And the hen cannoneer death ball is real. There's so many of these units now. I wonder if they have the increased range buff yet. More horsemen killing more villagers for Myriad. Unfortunate for Myriad here. We're up to 77 villager kills from YZY. And Myriad has lost 77 villagers. That is pretty devastating. The horses just keep running around. Just incredible micro from these top-level players here today. I wish I could micro like this. Now they're going to start burning down houses. And this one horseman is going to go down pretty easily while the cannons start firing into Myriad's base. We're going to see a barracks drop, I think. I wasn't sure what building that was. I didn't look in time. And China has gotten the Elite Lancer upgrade. These guys have really cool gold armor. China's army is just gathered here. I wonder how Myriad would have done if he had built some walls earlier on. We're seeing just so many raids from China. Another one here. So many raids. This is what I'm talking about. And I just don't think Myriad is going to be able to catch up with how many villager kills there were. There was a point where it looked like Myriad was going to win. But China has been able to successfully outclass them with their economy now. And I don't think Myriad can catch up in villager production. These cannons are just making their way through this base. This is not good. Myriad needs to get over here and take out these cannons. Would a wall here have helped Myriad? Oh my god! Not the aqueduct! The aqueduct is failing! Why would those cannons take out the aqueduct? That's just water. Everybody needs water. One single horseman or cataphract going down while these cannons destroy the aqueduct. No! Not the plumbing. The cannons are also attacking these olive oil fields, olive groves. And now we're finally seeing a response from Myriad. I think they have gathered more forces here, but the hand cannons are insane. Oh my god! Seeing a ton of horsemen run in to take out the cannons. Will they be successful? Can Myriad take out these cannons in the back that are dealing so much damage? No, he can't! The hand cannoneers destroy all of the horsemen so easily! The hand cannoneers' damage is so high that all of those horsemen are dead on the battlefield. And they successfully guard all three of China's cannons. So many units lost here from the Byzantines, from Myriad. Military value is falling behind, and this hand cannoneer death ball has gotten to a unruly state. I don't know how they're going to be able to deal with this death ball of hand cannoneers. The elite longbowmen taking out a few of the lancers on the edge, while the hand cannoneers are pushing in to take out the elite longbowmen. Oh my god, this is a thumbnail moment right here. Look at these armies going after each other. I think the hand cannoneers are just gonna clean it up here. There's nothing that Myriad can do against this army of hand cannoneers. Any unit that runs in just immediately gets dropped. The aqueduct is still leaking, and the cannons are now moving in to begin to take out these buildings. Oh my god, so many villagers have been dropped in. 25 villagers to build an outpost and a keep. That's hilarious. YZY is fully in aggression mode. And we see Myriad call it. Myriad has been eliminated and surrenders. So when taking a look at this, I think what eventually led to Myriad's defeat was just the total loss of villagers. As you can see, whenever the raids really start working, Myriad just falls behind in villagers and then is not able to keep up with the production of China. And YZY was able to successfully win that game. I think that was a great game. There was two big swings back and forth. It looks like at the beginning, China was going to win, and then for a little while, it looks like Myriad was going to win, and then YZY closed it out with another big swing. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this one. This is probably my favorite video so far. This is only the fourth video, so not a ton of videos up yet, but we are going to keep working on these. If you guys do enjoy it, please let me know down in the comments below, and even consider liking or subscribing, because that would help me out a ton. I'm having just so much fun doing these videos, and I'm going to keep doing them and see what happens, because this is so much fun. Thank you so much to Ozzy Drongo for inspiring me to do this. I absolutely love his channel and love his content. And that's who inspired me to do this, as well as like Husky StarCraft when I was a kid. Anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.